Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction today. This afternoon, blah, 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 blah. We are watching and reacting to Canada versus Iceland, a international friendly. Our first of two international friendlies tonight, and technically on Sunday we have Formula One, even though it's midnight, so it's basically the stream would start in like 5 minutes before midnight, but either way, not our only stream today. Hell, it's our first of three. We just keep going and going and going. Another crash course of streams today. And then, of course, another early morning Monday stream, which is pretty much a day from when the Formula One is. So it's not as bad as Thursday, but either way. And then, of course, Tuesday's a busy day, too. Sunday, not really busy past Formula One. Monday's not really busy past the Trinidad game. Tuesday's very busy. Today's very busy. With that being said, Canada, Iceland today. Danhausen cursed. I show speed on Raw. Good. I'm glad. With that being said, here we go. Hopefully this game isn't so far behind. They said it like, what, 25 or 35? It was 45 minutes to kick off. Either way. Starting 11s are as follows. For Canada, Dane St. Clair, the back four of Segura, Joel Waterman, Kamal Miller, Richie Larea, the midfield four, Tajon Buchanan, Nathan Saliba, Matthew Chouanier, Ali Ahmed, Jonathan David, and Kyle Laren up top. Friendly FC, let's go. Canada winning it. Well, I mean, it's Iceland. We better. I'm a little bit more worried about the Tunisia game. I mean, still friendly, but, you know, that would be tougher. This is a bunch of nobodies. Well, it's a long time since Euro 2016, yeah. With that being said, for Iceland, in goal, Elias Olafsson, the back four, Victor Paulsson, Severe Ingasson, Horder Magnuson, midfield five of John Thorsteinsson, Hakon Haraldsson, Christian Linson, Isaac Johannesson, Mikael Ellertson, the midfield two, or the front through of Brynolfur Williamson, and Ori Oscarsson. Savior Powered Anderson, good day. Happy midday to you. Is anybody else on commercials on TSN, or am I way behind? They just had an egg commercial going into an Allstate commercial. Is that where everybody else is? I just asked to make sure I'm not too far behind. If you're on TSN, I swear if Canada ties this game, I would be ashamed. Yeah, I would too. Iceland are not in the World Cup. Easy game. Yep. John Herdman, of course, they would beat St. Kitts. More or less, okay. Okay, as long as I'm on, I've never said their names before. I do not know who any of these guys are. I do not know their first names off the top of my damn head. And besides, I had to check the FOP mob. Like, it pops up that little box, and I barely can read it. I have glasses, I could barely read that little white box. But I don't know any of these guys' first names. I don't know any of these Icelandic guys. The only one I know is, Dagger Danthor Halson, who's on the thumbnail, in a Montreal jersey, and Gylfi Sigurdsson. Aaron Gunnarsson. I think I've heard that name before, actually. Okay, Aaron Gunnarsson too, but either way. Canadian Shield double winners, Canada. Your thoughts on Belgium and USA? I think USA is the favorite there, slight favorite. I think Pochettino is starting to build something with the U.S. I think the USA should win that game by 1. It's no disrespect towards Belgium, but this might be one of Belgium's biggest matches pre-World Cup. Olive drab green training kits. Who freaking asked for that? Canada's wearing olive drab green training kits. Is Davies on the bench? No, he's injured. He's still recovering from his second injury from after he came back. I have a good feeling Iceland might play good because they're used to the cold in Canada. They like playing in the cold in Toronto. Yeah, but it's not even that cold. If there was snow on the ground, but on paper, Canada's still a better team. A way better team than Iceland. They're not at the World Cup just because, I mean, yeah, they are at the World Cup because they're hosts, but Canada would have qualified. I still think Canada would have qualified pretty easily without being hosts. Canada never really played down to CONCACAF opposition when a big tournament's on, of this current era. When a big tournament's on the line, they've never played down to CONCACAF opposition. It's only when it's Gold Cup or a friendly or Nations League. But when it's the Copa America, Jamaica was actually really good that night. Either way, most of the time, no. Yeah. But then again, you know what? I'm not even mad about it. I think Canada actually plays better without him. So if Davies was hurt, I'm not complaining about it. Yeah, my countdown clock says 18 minutes to kickoff on TSN. Having KJ and Matthew Shinnitti doing a TV hit. Is that where anybody else on TSN's at that point? KJ and Matthew doing the TV hit, is that where they are? Trying to make sure I'm not so far behind because 18 minutes just sounds crazy. Anybody else watching on TSN? Is it where KJ and Matthew are doing the TV hit? And now they're talking about the injured players, of course. Promise David, pretty well. Okay, I'm going to say I'm good then. I'm going to take that, say I'm good. Promise David, Steven Eustachio, Sam Adekube, Moise Bombito, Alphonso Davies, Alistair Johnston, and Alfie Jones, the injured players for Toronto or Canada. Well, they're playing at BMO Field, so. Hey, we got to watch a game at BMO Field on a Saturday during international break. Amazing, right? Amazing. The Acho Speed fight got delayed, and the live stream got delayed, and the soccer team lost. The Danhausen curse is actually real. I'm glad Acho Speed got cursed. Maybe you'll actually feel some bad thing. Nothing too bad, but inconveniences in his life, which he has. Who knew it would take Danhausen cursing him to make him feel inconveniences in his life? Who would have thought? Because he's never faced inconveniences before, even when he should have. Danhausen, you're doing the Lord's work. I'm not dumb enough to get cursed by Danhausen. I like Danhausen. Oh, okay. It was a Dortmund Legends game against Liverpool, 2-2. I'm sure Jurgen loved that. I'm sure Jurgen loved that, coaching Liverpool against Dortmund during a Liverpool Legends game. I'm sure Jurgen loved that. At Anfield, I think. $15 minutes to go before kickoff. Have you bought tickets to the World Cup? Sadly, no. Because I'm not made of money. The only way I will be at a World Cup game is if I somehow get comped tickets and I get to make content for it. That's not going to happen. So, I will be, for now, I will be on this couch covering the World Cup. Back to back to back to back to back. I will do as many games as I can do. Good thing the Leafs aren't in the Stanley Cup playoffs. They were being nice this year. The Leafs tanked. They saw how hard. Why is the game not on? Because, I don't know, Canada is being... It's a friendly. Why are we pushing this to freaking 12:30, 12:15, 12:20? Why are we? Let's put Iceland out of their misery. Jesus Christ. This ain't gonna be pretty. Well, like, I don't understand why we're falderall and bullshitting a friendly, but, you know. I think they did this the last time they had a home friendly, so. Or at least, or was it October? I feel like there was a really long run up to a friendly they had at home. I think in October. So. Maybe they do this all the time. Chile beat a 10-man Cape Verde 4-2. Florian Wirtz was amazing for Germany yesterday. Good to hear that. Well, at least I know I'm not far behind, but I'm sure you're looking at the same thing I am. So, no. Well, I don't think you're on TV Pass, which is good news for me. Is Bombito injured? Yes. Yes. Because if he wasn't, he'd be, broken ankle. He'll be back in April. Yep, that's your best defender. Yeah, I agree. But this is Iceland. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. As long as he's healthy by the World Cup, we'll be fine. Tunisia might be a little bit more tough, but whatever. You know, it's Iceland. We'll be fine. Canada's the 29th ranked team in FIFA. I don't think you can play on a broken ankle, but okay. Marcelo Flores will be wearing number 88, and he's on the bench. He actually, well, that's just FIFA or FOP Mob. I don't know if that. That feels a little bit crazy. Why not put him on as a sub? Come on, Canada. He has a broken fucking ankle. He's recovering from a broken ankle. He's in camp. Alistair Johnston is in camp, but he's not playing. I don't understand what the difference between Alistair and Jonathan or Alphonso Davies is. I don't. Like, why is Alistair Johnston and Bombito in camp, but they are hurt? But Alphonso Davies, and I don't get it either. I don't fucking get it. I don't. Like, if you're hurt, why are you there? No, I mean Marcelo Flores. I don't get it. He's not our best player. If this was 2021 and he chose Canada, I'd say, yeah, put him into the starting 11 straight up. Not anymore. It's Iceland. Oh, you said it's Iceland. Okay. Like, yeah, no, I think Iceland will be a good idea to let him start. But, you know, whatever. But you got to earn your spot. If this was 2021 and he chose Canada in the first damn place, I'd have been like, yeah, no. Instantly put him in the 11. Schaffenberg injured too, yeah. But we knew that already when we did the CONCACAF games for LAFC. He was injured off the bat. Canada versus Iceland, I guess players are getting awards. Any Indonesia games? No. 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 Teams are walking out. Here we go. Finally, teams are walking out. Iceland wearing gray jerseys. Canada versus Iceland. Canada wearing their new red jerseys. It's the John Herdman effect. It's the John Herdman era. Like, I think John Herdman, for all he did for Canada, and he was one of the better coaches post-Vanny for Toronto FC, but you couldn't pay me to give a fuck about Indonesia. I'll let Macwell take care of it with his hate watches. He could take care of it. You could pay. Now, of course, they ever made the World Cup and John Herdman was still there. Okay, sure, I'll give a fuck, but not now. There's no reason for me to. Well, what if Japan played Indonesia in the next World Cup qualifying cycle? Or the Asian Cup? Okay, maybe then, but it'll take a while. Maybe then. And I'm still rooting for Japan. Man, I hope Promise is healthy by the World Cup. Well, good for him. I hope he wasn't using drones this time. I hope they actually were good. instead of him using drones. Oh, this drone stuff won't end. I heard your best player plays for Villarreal. I mean, Tejan's pretty damn good, but I wouldn't say he's our best player. I like Tejan. I think he's very good, but our best player? One of our best, but I wouldn't say the best. Jamaica should have signed him. Jamaica should have hired him. Canadian anthem. Here we go. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. All right. Set him up. Starting 11s. Your singing voice is not the best. Yeah, I know that. I can't go too high. Dane St. Clair. Back four, Segor, Waterman, Miller, Larea, Buchanan, Saliba, Schwanier, Ali Ahmed, Jonathan David, Kyle Laren. Yeah, I know. I can't go that high. My register doesn't go that high. I'm not Kelly Clarkson. Wrong starting 11. .32 Fahrenheit with a brisk Arctic wind in Toronto, which is the reason for the winter coats in the crowd. Well, it is late March. But, I mean, it ain't that cold for somebody who was like, oh, Iceland is good in the cold. It ain't that cold. I mean, the wind's probably worse than the temperature. The wind's probably worse than the temperature, if I'm being real. Starting 11, Olafsson, Paulson, Ingeson, Magnuson, Ellertson, Johannesson, Thorsteinsson, Haraldsson, Lindson, Williamson, Oscarsson. Come on, spring. It's coming. Baseball's back. Spring is coming. Come on now. I don't get why Crepeau's not starting. He's never let Canada down. He's starting the next game. At least they gave him the game where he should be able to do more work. For once. Iceland is not going to get at Canada's net. I don't think so. They may have like one shot. You should be, for this chance, I think Jesse picked the right game to give to Crepeau if he wants to prove actually that he should be the starter. Iceland's not going to get at Canada's net like that. They're not. Maybe one shot. Maybe two. Dane St. Clair can't fuck that up, right? He can't screw up two shots. Here we go. Laren starting over Tanny Luache. Well, Luache ain't really playing well right now. Either way, I think they're giving Crepeau the right game to start of the two against Tunisia. I think you'll have to do more work there. I don't think he'd have much work to do against Iceland. So, oh, God. John Freeman's the referee. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is not good. And the extra seats aren't even filled at BMO Field. Oh, I could see why Luke Wildman isn't there. The USA is playing today. And he's on TNT. I forgot about that. Yeah, Luke Wildman calls USA games now. Yeah. I guess, oh yeah, Vic Rauter's in Ogden, Utah too. Oh. Right. What happened to Jesse Marsh? He's coaching Canada. He's still been coaching Canada. Damn. Throw in for Richie Larea. You know what? That doesn't matter. I'm not even listening because I have to do this. But either way, Scotland 0-0 Japan. 21st minute. Throw in for Richie Larea. I cannot believe that. Well, you know, good for either way. Header brought down. Out for a corner. Where are they playing? Hampton Park. They're playing in Scotland. Okay. Scotland's better than I expected. But it is only the 20th minute. Either way, corner for Chouanière. Cross in, brought down. That's out for a goal kick. No, another corner for Canada. But when is the Haiti game? They play at 7 against Tunisia at 7. Also at BMO Field. I guess this is Canadian Shield. Again, I'm not sure. Cross in. I don't see the Canadian Shield logo, so are we doing that again or are we forgetting about that? Like, I'm glad. If we're not doing that again, I'm glad. That was the most bullshit thing ever. I swear, I'm glad we're not doing that again. Like, that was the most bullshit, embarrassing thing. Like, we wanted to win a trophy last year. We technically did. The one we made up. They definitely ain't making it a big deal if it is the Canadian Shield. Again, they ain't making a big deal out of it like they did last time, which I don't blame them because it was embarrassing. It is embarrassing in retrospect. It is embarrassing that the trophy, we won a trophy last summer, the one we created. Well, I mean, we thought Ukraine was good. Hell, we thought Ivory Coast was good. We beat the shit out of Ukraine, and, well, we lost on penalties to Ivory Coast, but we had already won the tournament by then. And New Zealand was there, too. Like, it could have went tits up. And now they got Haiti, Tunisia, and Iceland. Yeah, no, this one ain't going tits up. There's no way, right? Like, I will say the last Canadian Shield lineup was at least respectable. The last time Iceland was good was in 2016. It was a decade. Well, no, 8 years ago. 2018, my bad. 2018. They made the World Cup 8 years ago. Okay. Haiti is good, but we already know what they are. But at least they're at the World Cup. But Haiti is good. Tunisia, probably at the level of DR, or not DR, Congo, Ivory Coast. But if we could smack Ukraine, and we could beat Tunisia. So, and we're playing Iceland and Tunisia. So, do with that what you will. I can see why they aren't making this a big deal. If it goes tits up, it's very more embarrassing. Like, I don't care. They did. Nil, 6 minutes. Playing forward, headed away. Canada. Oh. Let's see. How many shots? No shots each. Okay. Huh. I'm either ahead of Fought Mob or they don't know what they're talking about. Either way. Headed away. Senegal beating a mediocre Peru B team. Not surprised. Tajon Nutmeg. There you go. There you go, Tajon. Still not scored yet. Sometimes it takes a while. It's out for a throw. Wikipedia doesn't say it's the Canadian Shield. Playing forward. Here comes Iceland. Shot. Goal. Oh my God. It's 1-0 Iceland. Oscarson scores. Wow. It's out of nowhere. No way. No way. No fucking way. No. Kamal Miller passed it all the way back, and the Iceland Oscarsson runs onto it, and Kamal. What the dude, what the fuck was that? Kamal played it too short, and he got beat. Dude, you got out-sprinted by Icelandic guy. Get out of here. No. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Oscarsson scores in the 9th minute. Horrible error by Canada, and we're down 1-0. Ori Oscarsson, of course. We're losing to Iceland. We're losing to Iceland. Oh my god. Wow. Fucking wow. So sad. This is what happens when Kamal Miller plays for Canada in 2026. Yeah, he might not be good anymore. That's what one mistake could do, brother. Wow, really? We're going to lose this game, aren't we? We're going to get the bus parked on our ass. Shot wide. We're getting the bus parked on our ass, aren't we? Ain't no way. And you're on home turf. Then again, Kamal Miller, the last game he played in MLS, he stomped on a dude's Achilles and got a red card. That was the last game he played. And then he does that. We are shit. Oh my god, we are shit. We're no. You know what? We do need Moise Bombito. Yeah, no, we do need him. Can somebody? Hell, if he was on crutches, he still wouldn't have done that. Well, it's not like Iceland. That was a well-worked goal. That was just a dumbass play. We could still win 4-1, right? And the Swiss looked good yesterday. The Guatemala game all over again. Well, it's not that. It's probably more the Curacao game, if anything. Then again, I guess it's the same. Iceland is nowhere near Canada. It's the same fucking thing. Canada, when they're the obvious favorite, they play down to competition. And this is why we're playing a shitty team. That's when we play down to competition. When we play the good teams, not to play Miller, you play central defense, you need to be the fastest player. Well, Alphonso Davies certainly wouldn't have let that happen to him. But he's a wingback. Header, saved. Oh my God. The worst part about this is I'm going to get gaslit to hell and back. The worst part about all this is I'm going to get gaslit to hell and back, and not just by Pacharo. Oh my God. Thank you, Kamal Miller. You're a fucking idiot. You're a washed up fucking idiot. Thank you very much. You made this hell for me against some nobody fucking team who was only good 8 years ago. Oh, and the last time before this, I watched a Canada-Iceland game in the bleak midwinter of fucking January. They lost! But at least that was all MLS players. Hell, I think Kamal Miller might have been on that squad. Honestly, and let's not forget, that was in the moment where, pre-COVID, where Canada was worried about ranking points. Remember that? Well, good for Arsenal women, but I don't care about that. That's for you to care about, not me. But it's good to see Spurs lose, so I guess that works. Either way. Early Easter present. Early Easter present. Who? Candy and frickin' Easter present? Maybe it's because I'm not Catholic, but I wouldn't call Easter candy a present. Not in the same way of, I did do Easter egg hunts. Yeah, I did get candy for Easter, but I wouldn't call that a present. I don't think I ever got an Easter present. Like, what a coincidence. Canada got better during COVID. Now that COVID is gone, Canada's going down. I don't think that means, I don't know. Whatever. Either way. Do we call candy Halloween presents? Playing Ford. Well, no. Okay, yeah, there was like one, I guess. You don't? Okay, no, I did get that Monopoly deal game, card game once on like one Easter, so maybe I got like one Easter present in my life. Either way. If it ain't candy, it could be called a present. I guess I got one. At least I think I did. Either way, 17 minutes, 0-1. See, that's what they're doing. See, this is what Canada's doing. They're getting the bus parked on them after they did a dumbass thing. And here we go. I'm talking about Easter presents because these fuckers are idiots. It's amazing. It's amazing, ain't it? Playing forward. Jonathan David plays it forward for Canada. Please, God, could we get some out of this? And he runs right into a defender. Jesus H. Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh, my. Well, at least good thing this is a friendly. The worst it's going to be is embarrassing. Well, at least the good news is the worst thing this is just it's embarrassing. This doesn't eliminate us from nothing. But you know what? I'd rather be embarrassed in a friendly than at the World Cup. So you know what? Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Stop being so cocky. Free kick. You do need Alphonso Davies. That's... Well, could he have got back there? Probably. He probably could have saved Kamal's ass from looking like a fucking idiot. Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. Shot, save. I guess you're not wrong. Alfonso wouldn't have let that goal happen because he would have busted his ass. He would have busted his ass to make sure Kamal didn't look like an idiot. Oh, God, don't even do that to me. Playing forward. Don't even. Drop ball for Iceland. #21 minute. Disappointed in Curacao losing to China. Still not as embarrassing as Canada losing to Iceland. Oh, no. No. Shot. Goal. 2-0. Oscarson with a second. What the fuck are we doing? And that one was just a really good goal. No, the first one was a mistake. I woke up for this. Are you fucking kidding me? And Waterman's supposed to be the better defender of the two. Segor, what? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. We're losing to Iceland 2-0. So I guess we're not friendly FC. We're just shit against teams who aren't good. When we're playing teams who we should beat the fuck out of, we look like shit. It's not just CONCACAF, it's everybody. Okay, good. Good to know. Well, at least in the World Cup, we aren't going to look like shit. Wait. Oh, no. Oh, no, we're going to look horrible against Qatar. Great. Into the box. And it gets tackled away. You were bashing Iceland. Will you be watching Haiti versus Tunisia? No, I'm watching Mexico-Portugal. I don't even want to watch that at this point, but I have to. But either way. Yeah. Well, it wasn't bashing. They haven't been good since 2018. If you care about FIFA rankings, Canada's number 29 in the world. Iceland's in the 70s. We're losing to fucking Iceland at home. Shouldn't be happening. I don't care. Shouldn't be happening. It ain't bashing if it ain't bashing if it's fucking true. It's the Canada B team. No, not really. No. Wow. At least it's a friendly. Your own fucking house? God. I'd rather, regardless of this being our Fourth choice CB pairing. This is embarrassing. He should retire. First time trailing 2-0 since Mexico in 2025. And we lost that game. Crashed out already. Well, I mean, it's Iceland. What do you want me to do? 2-0 against Iceland. What do you want me to do? Be calm? No. No, I'm not. Kamal Miller needs to retire. How about that? He needs to retire. He was horrible. He's horrible for the Timbers. He sucks. He needs to retire. We do need Moise Bombito. Jesus Christ. And Jesse we trust. I still trust Jesse, but Jesus Christ, man. No. This is just mentality problems. Because Canada does this against every shit team they play, turns out. If Canada's playing a good team or a team on their level, they're just fine. It's when they play the shit teams who aren't on their level, where they play down to them. Look at the Gold Cup. It's the same thing. Honduras, you could hardly say, was on their level, at least historically. They beat the shit out of them. Curacao was shittier than Canada. They draw. Guatemala, shittier than Canada. They lose. Well, penalties. They draw they barely beat El Salvador. The overrated goalie passed back. Against Honduras, you mean Guatemala? Schaffelberg got sent off, to be fair. Yeah, but they didn't even look that good before the sending off. They looked like they were struggling before the sending off. So let's be real. Maybe they would have survived a 1-0 if he didn't get sent off or got a 2-0 or a 2-1. Canada looked like shit that whole game, let's be real. They don't know how to play teams who are lower than them. They don't. It's not even really St. Clair's fault at this time. Like, I shit on him, okay? Like, I don't like Dane St. Clair. I think he's a fraud, but I'm not blaming him for this. I'm blaming Kamal Miller. I'm blaming Joel Waterman. Dane St. Clair has nothing. Well, I mean, you could try to save it, but I'm not blaming him for the goals. No. No, I'm not. Not these. No. There's goals I could blame him for this year that are Miami's goals or Canada's goals last year. I can't blame him for those. Those weren't his fault. He was in a bad. He got screwed over there. Canada's winless in their last 2 matches on Canadian soil. Draw. I think it was 2. Well, no, I guess. '28th minute. I ain't blaming Dane St. Clair for nothing. Embarrassing. Playing forward. Oh my God. Right back to an Icelandic player. This is embarrassing. Well, they're good on the counterattack, I'll tell you that much. Playing forward. I hope so. I hope they can catch up. This is just sad. Like, at this point, we're trying to salvage a draw against Iceland. Maybe we could win 3-2, but it's still embarrassing. That's where we are. And shot right at the goalie. Like, even if we win 3-2, it's still embarrassing we were down 2-0. But if we could salvage a win, that would be nice. I need them to score 2 at least. The way Canada are against lower level teams, they won't. Playing over the top. Header. Cleared away. Still with Canada, and they lose the ball. I thought Canada would 4-0. See, that's where you get screwed up with Canada. They're playing a team who's a bunch of nobodies. This was always... I thought it was a CONCACAF problem. Turns out it's just a Canada problem. Whenever they play a bunch of nobodies, they look like the worst team in the world. Hey, but the good news is at the World Cup, there's no nobodies at the World Cup. Well, except maybe Qatar. Hey, at least we'll beat Italy. At least we'll beat Italy, you know. I don't know. Well, cross in. There's no Warren Bossing say. Oh my God, header cleared away. Marcelo Flores will win the game for Iceland. Well, that's impossible. Hey, does Marcelo Flores have any Icelandic blood? I think he made a mistake. See, no, Italy's a good team. Well, at least they're not a bunch of nobodies like Iceland. Italy has a big name, so even if Italy's not a good team, Canada will still show up and win. As per usual. They'll still see Italy as a big team. Even if Italy's not a good team anymore. They'll perform against Italy. Now, if it's Bosnia, no, we're going to get cooked. No, if it's Bosnia, we're getting cooked. Edin Dzeko will cook Canada if it's Bosnia. Because Bosnia, I wouldn't say they're nobodies, but they're certainly not Italy. Historically or currently. Maybe second half they'll come out better. I don't know about that. Thank God this isn't for a trophy like Guatemala. Oh, my God. I mean, I'm already crashing out, but Lando Norris better not have another do not start. But the nobodies are winning. Greetings from Iceland. Well, congratulations to y'all. It's your biggest win since 2018. Congratulations. Congratulations. You got to embarrass Canada. Congratulations. You got to embarrass Canada, where you haven't been to the World Cup since 2018. But hey, at least you got to embarrass Canada like you embarrassed Roy Hodgson. So you know what? Good for you. Good for you. But they beat Canada back in 2020, January 2021. That was basically, well, that was in LA. Second of all, it was a bunch of MLS players. Who some of these guys might, let me look at that 11. Maybe they're still on this roster, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But they've grown for a good amount of them. But either way, I do not playing for it. But hey, good for you. Good for you. Head her down. Laredo will get a card soon, probably. Yeah, Jekko ain't lost his finishing, even pushing 40. Yeah, I mean, did you not see the game against Wales? And I wanted Italy versus Canada. I don't know. Maybe I'll regret that. I don't know. Knowing Canada and how they play against teams that are not as good as them, no, they're not. Knowing how Iceland's going to park the damn bus, and maybe Canada will get one, but free kick, yellow card for Thorsteinsson. Maybe Canada gets one back, but they're not going to tie it or win it because this is what they do. They get dominated by teams who shouldn't be dominating them, and they freaking dominate teams they should be dominated by. I don't get it. I don't get it. It makes me wonder. I don't get it at all. I really don't. Chouanier. 35th minute. Chouanier shot wide. At least he tried. Good free kick, but wide. Probably our best chance the whole. No, I still have to do RSR for this game, sadly, because it's Canada. Just like bad Toronto FC games, I still have to do an RSR for this one. I can't slide my way out of this one. Son of a bitch. At least the Senators are doing well. Yeah, the Leafs are garbage. So, yeah, no, I'm not. At least the Blue Jays are the best team in the American League. Yeah, how about that? How about that? The Blue Jays are the best team in the American League. How about that? That we can agree on. The Leafs are fucking garbage. The Leafs are fucking garbage. I didn't think it'd get this bad. What's more embarrassing, losing to Iceland or tanking as the Leafs with Austin Matthews and William Nylander? And which one's more embarrassing? Either way, I don't know which. Arsenal woman 3-1 up on Spurs. Well, good. Good for them. Yeah, I'm going through it. Yeah, no, the Leafs are garbage, though. Yeah, I'm not having fun. No hockey. Well, there might be some hockey games. Aren't we all? Aren't the Sens on the outside looking in, though? I mean, they're closer than the Leafs, but, I would say they're mid. The Leafs are garbage. Do you not see the jersey I'm wearing? I do not care about Iceland. I do not think about that country in my daily life. I was happy for them when they beat England because fuck England. I was happy for them when they made the World Cup because Canada wasn't good back then. You're making me feel embarrassed. Look at the jersey I'm wearing. Of course, I seem bitter. The team that I think is supposed to be good is getting embarrassed by Iceland. Hey, the Guatemalans felt the same way you did, except, well, hey, the Guatemalans felt the same way you did about me, except they didn't say it. But I'm sure they were like, hey, you're pretty damn bitter. Let us be happy. Well, no, I did give the Guatemalans a little bit more praise, but I watch more Guatemalan games than I do Iceland. I only watch you if you're playing my team, or I guess the Euros or the World Cup, when everybody... Who chooses to watch an Iceland game except Icelandic people, unless they're playing a big tournament or the team that somebody's rooting for? Nobody. Yeah, that... So, yeah, maybe I am bitter. I don't know. Or maybe I just know I'm about to get gaslighted by some assholes on this chat, and I'm not going to have some fun with it. So, you know, either way, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'll treat Tunisia the same way if we lose to Tunisia. Italy, Canada will be the biggest freaking mental fuck up I'll ever have. Or mental shit show I'll ever have, because I love both teams. If Canada, like, one side of me is going to be pissed and one side of me is going to be happy. But you know what? Maybe I am bitter. Maybe I can't be happy for anybody else, because I don't care about anybody else. I was happy for y'all when it had nothing to do with Canada. When it had to do with people countries that I hate. Or just, it was a cool story back when they were good 8 years ago, you know? It was a cool story when they made England look stupid. It's not as fun when it's Canada. Besides, who hates Canada? Canada did nothing wrong to you. I don't know if England did either, but I could believe it if they did. If it was the United States, I wouldn't blame you either. They're assholes to everybody. Especially now. Canada could do it. Header. Oh, well. Then I don't know why you're simping for them. I agree. Canada could do it. Then why are you simping for them? Ugh. Okay, maybe I am. Maybe I am bitter. Maybe. Maybe I am. Maybe. You know what? Maybe I am bitter. Maybe. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I am bitter. That's too short for that. Fair enough. Maybe my delusionalness turns into bitterness when I get proven wrong. Maybe. 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 I mean, you're not wrong. Maybe it's either I'm right or I'm depressed. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I am an asshole. Maybe I have to. Maybe it is I have to be right, or I make everybody else feel like shit. Maybe that's who I am. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Either way. 43rd minute. Maybe I've gone through. You have a heart, Ryan. You've proven that. Thank you. Maybe I've just seen my teams go through so much pain that I asked for the bare minimum and they let me down, and I can't help but just be pissed. I asked for the bare fucking minimum. And they can't even do that. And I'm helpless to watch them. And I'm helpless to watch them do the less than the bare fucking minimum. And I don't want to go there on Jesse like I would Robin Fraser. Not paying to watch. Is Canada doing anything right now? No. Well, thank you. That's nice. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's passion. I think it's passion, but I don't know. I think it's passion, but, you know, that makes me this way. I think it's passion. Jesse deserves more grace than Robin Fraser, but Jesus Christ, I don't. It's a casino game. The house is winning. No, I don't think the house is winning. I think some jackass who's counting cards is winning, but, you know, go ahead. Wouldn't Canada be the house in this case? Like, no. Iceland's the ones who are counting cards. I don't blame you. Jesse's starting to lose me with his allegiance to lesser players. Well, yeah, fair enough. But either way, 2 minutes of stoppage time. You're not wrong. No. Iceland is the one who's counting cards. No, Canada's the house, and the house is losing. Because Iceland is counting cards, and they haven't been caught yet. No, I don't know how to count cards. I wish I did. This is our worst backline fielded. Yeah. We still have a good forward group. And it ain't even Dane St. Clair's fault. It's the center backs. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe I'm defending Dane St. Clair. Iceland has made me defend Dane St. Clair. This ain't even his fault. What are we doing? Iceland has made me defend Dane St. Clair. What world are we living in? What world are we living in? Jonathan David, Ali Ahmed, Matthew Chouanier, Nathan Saliba, Richie Larea, Tajon Buchanan. We're not shit anymore. Well, maybe we are. I don't know. Maybe we are garbage. I don't know. On paper, we're the best team in CONCACAF. We could just get our work done. We could just actually play to our level. You know what? You're not wrong. 0-2 at the half. I'm prepared today. Yep. You're not wrong. Certainly I'm prepared. This squad does have a higher market amount. Weird fixture. Ivory Coast beat South Korea 4-0. There's been too many of those. Okay. The good news is Canada still haven't lost to a good team. They play down the teams who aren't on their level, at least perceived to be on their level. The teams that are on their level or higher, they do just fine against. So that's the only good news. They suck against Tunisia. I might have a little bit of I'd say Tunisia is on Canada's level. So if Canada plays like shit on Tuesday, we'll have a discussion. But right now, this is just Canada playing down to a team that ain't, on paper, ain't on their level. So, yeah, I guess you're, a weird fixture. But can you call it weird when this happens multiple times? Like, when this regularly happens, like, can you really call it weird? But hey, at least we can't be called Friendly FC anymore, so that's one gaslighting trick done. Nobody can call us Friendly FC anymore. So I guess that's the positive. He's injured. Eustachio's injured. Kone would make a difference. Iceland upset England. Yeah, I loved that moment. That was a good moment. I hate being England. At least this ain't the Euros. Good thing Guatemala didn't go to the World Cup. We got belt-ass against Algeria. Well, it was pretty fun when we got to shit on the USA and Mexico, and now they're starting to build up, and now we're losing to Iceland. We're missing 1/3 of our starters. I like Canada, especially Jonathan David, great player. Same with Davies, but he's injured. The sad part is this game's kind of showing us we might actually need Alphonso Davies. We certainly need Moise Bombito. That's definitely for sure. Joel Waterman being glazed by everybody, turns out that was a bad call. Ishmael Kone's on the bench. Cool. Rob Prizo's been playing center back. Can be worse, can it? With that being said, Sitz be back. Halftime. I believe in a comeback. I hope you're right. I hope Portugal destroys Mexico. USA might beat Belgium, though. I won't lie. Either way, I didn't say I wanted the USA to beat Belgium, but so with that being said, we'll take a short break. I have to talk about the stats, get this one going. Take a short break. We're back for the stats of the half. I don't know why. He won with TFC. But as I said, Davies won. Maybe if Davies was playing, it won either way. Held first or second. With that being said, stats of the half, 59% possession to 41% possession, 7 shots to 2 shots on goal to 2, 182 accurate passes, 76% pass accuracy to 104, 64% pass accuracy. 6 fouls to 9, 5 corners to 0, 7 shots to 2, 2 shots on goal to 2. They've scored on both, by the way. Both their shots. It was like a bad hockey game. 238 passes to 163 passes, 76% pass accuracy to 64. 16 throws to 9, 0 offside to 2, 0 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 0-2 at the half. Canada's defense is garbage. That's the story. And their offense hasn't scored. That's the story. Pretty much all I can say, really. Kamal Miller's washed up. Their back line got bodied by a very fast Iceland team. And our offense can't score. Like, Canada haven't played that bad, but still. Kamal Miller is garbage. But Waterman hasn't covered himself in glory either. Canada plays at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. And I think that's the last game we do live on Tuesday. So it's live, triple review. Because Jamaica at least made their playoff and they're the early game. No, Iraq and Bolivia. No. We'll talk about that the day after. Oscarson scored both goals for Iceland, and here comes the second half. Are you going to watch Tunisia or Iceland versus Haiti? I'm not watching the Tunisia-Haiti game, and I'm not watching, just the Canada games of this series. Also, Mexico-Portugal later tonight. And no, I think it's Haiti-Tunisia, but I'm watching Mexico-Portugal later tonight. And then the Formula 1 at midnight. But that doesn't, who cares about that? Unless you like Formula 1, but either way. Yeah, this is embarrassing. What do you want? Yeah, this game's embarrassing, yeah. Yeah. I'll laugh or I'll cry. Well, I don't know about that. Either way. I think Canada took a page out of Jamaica's playbook. The difference is Canada can't play down to Iceland like that and still win. Iceland actually is somewhat... Well, Iceland's better than New Caledonia. Low bar to clear, but, Hell, Iceland might be better than Northern Ireland. And I would say Canada's better than Italy. Well, they're on the same level. But I think Iceland... Close deficit early. Do not concede again. Keys to the game. Oh, well, hello, McFly. Hello, McFly. Hello, McFly. Jesus Christ, that's pretty freaking obvious. What's the best team you think Iceland's better than? Well, I mean, they're better than Northern Ireland. I think they're better than North Macedonia. I think Iceland's a little bit unlucky not to be in the UEFA playoffs. I mean, they were solid against France. So, maybe I shouldn't be too shocked, but here comes the second half. Either way, maybe I overrate Canada way too highly. Because when Canada's on, they're on. That's the problem. It's like when they're on or they're playing a good team, they're on. When they're not on, they're fucking horrible. Or they're playing a nobody or they're playing a team who's under them, they're horrible. Pacharo, does Polino score today? I hope he does. Because Canada, well, that also happened, yeah. Canada, as I said, when they're playing somebody who's better than them or they think is on their level, they are awesome. When Canada's on, they are on. When they are off, they are off. And they're off because they don't see Iceland is on their level. And they don't see World Cup qualification or World Cup preparation as something that matters. So, I guess. So, Sami Zayn won the U.S. title. I know. I'm glad. Iceland look more professional than Canada. I mean, right now, yeah, they do. Kamal Miller on the ball. I mean, you're not wrong. .47th minute. You know what? Yeah, it does suck to see Tiger Woods get into a car crash. I'm kind of meh for this WrestleMania. Yeah, I don't care either. Like, and the sad part is I can't, like, I'm going to have to find a shitty stream to watch it because ESPN Unlimited is still not connected to YouTube TV. Why? Like, you'd think they'd do it by WrestleMania at least. I have to watch a shitty stream or get a VPN, which I'm not going to do because I'm cheap as fuck. So, shitty stream it is, like I did the Rumble. Crappy stream it is, just like the Rumble, because either way. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to WrestleMania, really. Me either. I don't think it's... Let's not do pro-European. Let's not do Euroscept or Euro-Anglophile propaganda. No, we don't do that here. Then out Argentina win a World Cup. Well, they've won 3, but you get my point. It is 2-0 Iceland. Probably, and I thought Guatemala was the most embarrassing game. This is worse. This ain't even for a trophy. Well, it might be for a fake trophy we made up, but other than that, it's not for a real trophy. What if Canada made the World Cup semifinal even though they got embarrassed by Iceland? Well, I'll accept that, but, yeah, I know. I can't believe it either. Kamal Miller's garbage. He needs to retire. Corner for Canada. Europe has a losing record to South America head-to-head and a losing record versus USA. Well, we didn't need to talk about either way. How do I look? You're all mad. Corner for cross in. Header. Side netting. How do I look? You're all mad. Exactly. Columbia Bowl qualifying is harder. CONCACAF qualifying is harder. Ask Jamaica. Argentina only beat Gilligan's Island by a goal yesterday. Really? Argentina only won 1-0? Now I see why Messi's questioning if he's going to be at the World Cup. Mauritania. 90 plus 4. They let Mauritania score 90 plus 4. Okay, so for the most part, they beat him 2-0. But still. Gilligan's Island. Yeah. I mean, CONCACAF. On the final day, yeah. That final day was awesome in CONCACAF. Means it's competitive. Ivory Coast has destroyed South Korea 4-0. Well, at least we're not the only team getting embarrassed today. At least we're not the only ones. Could be worse. Could be much worse. Kamal Miller threw away the first goal. He passed the ball short and the striker ran right past him and blew past him like a tornado. And another horrible defensive play led to the second goal. Basically 2 counterattack goals, and we haven't been able to score. So are we bad? No. The scoreline looks worse than the performance. But Kamal Miller sucks. He's washed up. That I can tell you right now. And Waterman ain't much better. This really sucks going into the World Cup. Could be Trinidad. Well, I guess, hey, everybody has bad results, don't they? Not just Canada. Football's a weird sport. England looked crap against Uruguay. Man, we better kick Tunisia's ass. If we don't do that, 53rd minute. I agree with that. Croatia will beat England. I'm confident now. I hope they do. I hope they do. I would love to see Croatia beat England. That would be beautiful. Richie Larea. Richie, cross. Oh, my God. He should have just taken the shot himself. Richie, I've seen you take the shot from there in Toronto. Why'd you not do it here? Richie. Come on, man. Could have just taken the shot from there. Liechtenstein beats Tanzania, who made the AFCON round of 16. That's pretty embarrassing, too, for Tanzania. Well, okay, I don't feel so bad anymore. Like Asia does, too. They have a balanced qualifier because they have a second stage. But, yeah, he could have taken a shot. I would have. At this point, you got to get one back. Put them on their back foot. He should have shot it. He should have shot it. Richie, you're better than that. You should have just shot it. Either way. Well, at least you're telling me results where I feel a little bit better. I feel a little bit better. I don't feel perfect, but I feel a little bit better. Lando, I'm on... Well, no, Kimi Antonelli's on pole, so it's not as bad. My cousin's going to the Bosnia versus Italy match. Well, that's cool. That should be a fun time. Just as an atmosphere. I'm sure it's going to be a crazy atmosphere. And the Bosnians think Italy disrespected them, so that's awesome. I'm being sarcastic. At least on the that's awesome about Italy. Because Italy was celebrating when they saw they got Bosnia after the penalty shootout. And Bosnia found out. And yeah, some of the Italian players are dumb. And they got filmed celebrating them, Bosnia winning the shootout. Idiots. Like, no, I think it's easier to play Bosnia than Wales, but I wouldn't be a player trying to. If they knew the camera was there, that was idiotic. If they didn't know, then, well, it is what it is. But, yeah, Bosnia's pissed off. Yep. That's a great situation. They're playing in Bosnia. Bosnia's pissed off because of DeMarco and his dumb goons. It was like 3 of them, I think. And yeah. Like, no, I don't disagree. Playing Bosnia would be easier than playing Wales. I'm not as afraid of Bosnia with Italy's sealing a performance compared to Wales, especially away. But you pissed them off. That's not a good sign. Man, if Bosnia, I'm sure Bevo Mill is going to go absolutely haywire on Tuesday. Well, the Hill might be too. I don't know. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Like, I feel like Bevo Mill is more traditionally Bosnian than the Hill is Italian. I do. So. Now, Market Lane will definitely go wild Tuesday, but either way. Bosnia and Herzegovina, it's 2 against 1. Oh, we're making the Trinidad and Tobago jokes again. Okay. Unfair. I swear to God, those are the easiest jokes. Free kick for Canada. Like, those are the easiest jokes. Like, you lose to Trinidad or Bosnia, it's like, it's unfair. We lost to 2 countries at the same time. Those are the easiest jokes to make, I swear. Like, those are, here's a chance shot, David, and he shot it right at the goalie. Jonathan David shot it right at the goalie. Jesus Christ. Herzegovina is all Croatia, all Croatian. Yeah, well, I never heard that before. Honestly, I don't try to make sense of the Balkan Civil Wars thing because I'm going to piss somebody off if I try. Besides already what I know. I remember when Croatia was chanting Ustasha at Milan Borjan, and then Borjan threw up the 3 fingers. I remember when he did that. And then Croatia had the Neen 95 John Deere banner for Borjan at the World Cup, referencing the Civil War. Yeah, I remember that. Because I think Borjan said something because he's ethnically Serbian or said something to the effect of, I don't know. But it was... Yeah, I won't forget. That's like one of the things I won't forget from that Canada-Croatia game at the World Cup. The Croatians bannering Borjan for 60th minute. Well, he's Serbian, but I think... I don't exactly remember what he said that brought it on, but The Croatians didn't forget. Borjan was born on the coast of Croatia and said it was part of Serbia, which pissed off Croatians. There we go. Yeah. That's what. Yep, that's what it was. I didn't want to say it wrong, so thank you, but yeah. And then they put out a Neen 95 banner and called him a Ustasha. And then Borjan did the 3 fingers back at him. I mean, and then Canada was like, and like the thing I don't like about it is like Canada put in a, hey, FIFA, they harassed Borjan. Like, dude, do you not understand Balkan civil wars? Like, that was going to happen. Like, I don't even think Borjan was as pissed off about it as most of the Canadians were. Like, dude, do you not understand? Kind of brought it on himself. Either way, he also brought it onto himself. Oh, hey, look, it's Marcelo Flores. Yay. Well, that I didn't know. That I didn't know. Like, the way Canada reacted to Borjan, the way the Croatians were bannering Borjan was like he got freaking. Like, they were acting like. Like, I think Borjan. Like, I don't know how he really felt about it, but I think Borjan knew exactly what the Croatians were doing. And that was pretty much par for the territory. Jebison and Flores coming on. If you know anything about Balkan civil wars, like that's child's play. That was soft. Osorio on for Schwanier. I mean, Argentina are one of the favorites, yeah. I'd say, I mean, he's not. Well, you don't remember when Marcelo Flores was trying to make his decision back in 2021? This is the same Marcelo Flores that his dad's a freaking pageant mom. Well, I guess pageant dad, but you get my point. Marcelo's dad tried to live vicariously through Marcelo, which is why he wanted Marcelo to play for Mexico. And when he couldn't hack it, he chose Canada. Like, I think Marcelo Flores is solid, but I wouldn't say he's as good as he was 5 years ago when I really wanted him on Canada, when he was playing for Arsenal and Arsenal's academy. And I thought that was the guy. Like, he's not bad. He's done pretty well for Tigres, all things considered, but he couldn't hack it for Mexico, so what does that say? Like, he couldn't break into Mexico. I mean, there's a reason why he chose Canada. He followed what his daddy wanted, so his dad could live vicariously, his pageant dad could live vicariously through him, and then he couldn't hack it with Mexico, and he got stuck on Tigres. Down in the box, penalty! Penalty para Canada! Honestly, you're not wrong. Yeah, Marcelo's sisters are better players, especially Tatiana. She actually is a better player, though. Bosnia-Herzegovina will qualify, but Kosovo isn't. Speaking of Balkan civil wars, penalty for Canada. See what they do. Can they at least make it one or a 1-goal deficit? Jonathan David. It's a penalty kick, not a penalty shootout. Jonathan David on penalty. On to take the penalty. Can he cut the deficit to 1? I hope he does. '66 minute. Hurts for a penalty. Jonathan David, can he make it a 1-2 game? At this rate, can Canada beat Tunisia? I'd say yes. I'd say Tunisia's even, so with Canada, so they probably will. I'd say Tunisia and Canada are on the same level, so yeah, they would. Get on the line, damn it, goalie. Get on the line. 66 minute. Jonathan David to get one back for Canada. Frankly, should have got one back earlier. Penalty, goal! One goal for Canada. Jonathan David makes it 1-2. Sends the goalie the wrong way. At least we got one back. Jonathan David. There you go. Boom. Low and good. Jonathan David, 67th minute, 1-2. Good penalty. Good penalty, though. 2 substitutions. I want to beat Albania in a Albania versus Kosovo or Serbia match. Is that what you're saying? Like, for me, 68th minute, I would rather be at a Croatia game, because I'd love to go to Croatia. I'd love to visit Croatia, travel Croatia, but I'd prefer it to be a Croatia-Serbia game. I'd prefer it to be Croatia versus any of the Balkan countries. Probably Serbia, though. Probably. If I'm going to go to a Croatia game, it better be against, well, it would have to be a friendly because, FIFA are really punky with or UEFA are really punky with the country protection, or a Croatian club versus a Serbian club. That could work too. Like Dinamo Zagreb versus Red Star or something like that. That would work too. In Zagreb, that would work too. Playing forward. Anything Balkan goes, like, let's be real. I think he meant Serbia and Kosovo, as those two don't like each other politically and everything. Yeah, I know what he meant, but like a lot of Balkan countries hate each other. Like a lot of Balkan countries have had problems with each other. Like Croatia's had their problems with the Balkans. Serbia, mind you. Speaking of, well, I hope he does. I hope he blossoms like a butterfly out of his dad's want for being a pageant mom. I hope so. Cross in. Maybe this is Marcelo taking control of his career playing for Canada, and maybe he becomes really good, and maybe I shouldn't have questioned him, but either way. Japan 1-0. Good. I think Canada beats Italy. And yes, I think they do play Canada. Italy plays Canada because I think Italy beats Bosnia. But I think Canada wins that because at least Italy's a big name where they'll get treated like they are still a big name. So Canada's going to beat them because, as I said, when Canada plays teams on their level or teams that have a big name or actually really are as good as their name suggests, they're on and they play well. It's when they play teams that are lower than them or they feel as though as they're lower, and that's when they suck. They're going to look at Italy still as the team who's won 4 World Cups. They're going to look like Italy like it's still 2006 or it's 2021. Thank God they won that Euro, I guess. They're going to look at Italy like it's still 2021, and they're going to play them just well, and Canada's going to win that game. I'm more afraid of the Qatar game because it turns out it's just every team who's perceived to be lower than Canada that Canada has problems with, not just CONCACAF teams. So that means they're going to have a problem with Qatar because Qatar is garbage. Shot over the bar. So that's going to be fun. Exactly. I would love to see Japan win the World Cup. Ganbare. Ganbare. Politics, I think. I think they pissed off the Asian teams and the Asian countries, and the Asian countries wanted nothing to do with them, so they're in UEFA. Just like Azerbaijan is in, well, hold on. Is Azerbaijan in UEFA or AFC? I get confused. I think Azerbaijan's in UEFA, yeah. Karabakh. Okay, no, yeah, they're in UEFA. Maybe it was F1 that got me confused because I think F1 might look at them as Asia. I don't know. Either way, it's not like it's without precedent. I mean, Azerbaijan is on the border of Europe and Asia, and they're in UEFA, so it's not like it's without precedent. But, yeah, I think Israel pissed off the Asian countries and UEFA said, we'll take you. And that was way back then. That was way back. Well, either way. Playing forward is Canada. Jonathan David plays it forward. Here's a chance. Goes down to the box. Penalty again. Penalty again. Oh, we're farming penalties, baby. Screw it. I'll take it. We're farming penalties, baby. Jefferson draws a penalty. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. If one gets banned, the other should. You're right. If one's banned for what they're doing, the other should be banned for it. So we shouldn't be applying double standards. And the USA should be banned from sport too if you're going to ban Russia while we're at it. But either way, while we're at it, the USA should be banned from international sport if Russia's banned. While we're at it. But, all 3 should be banned. But, whatever. They would never do that. They would never do that. Oh, Kamal Miller's off. Jonathan David has a penalty. He's going to take... Why are we having the same guy take 2 penalties? That's a bad idea. I mean, he did send the keeper the wrong way, but that just makes things harder. 75th minute. Jonathan David, 2-0 or 2-2. My bad. 2-0 this half, but it's 2-2. Jonathan David scores both penalties. Canada ties the game. I mean, in the second half, it is 2-0 Canada, but it's 2-2. 2-2. Dos a dos. I don't care. At least we tied the game. Jonathan David, 75th minute, sent the keeper the wrong way again. How do you get beat to the same side twice? Jesus Christ. By the same guy, I should say. 2-2. Can we win this game? I'm just glad it's tied. At least it's not as embarrassing. It's still embarrassing to tie Iceland, but it's not as embarrassing as losing. So, if we could turn this around to a full win, Canada looks so much better this half. It's like they got punched in the mouth and they actually punched back. I love it. Flores, Marcelo Flores, loses the ball, still with Canada. I mean, I'm glad. Full time, Scotland loses. Let's go, Japan. Let's go, Japan. It is the 76th minute. 76-25, 2-2. Canada tied the game. Thank the Lord. We'll review this game once it's over. Then we'll be back for Mexico-Portugal. We'll review Mexico-Portugal. And then we'll be live for the Formula One Japanese Grand Prix at midnight. So we still got 2 streams. One technically on Sunday, but it does start at the bare end of Saturday. Canada, so. Because, I mean, 11:55, so it does start on Saturday, but one for Sunday. So we got the Japanese Grand Prix, and then you're going to miss F1 for a month because both the races in April are canceled. But we'll do the Miami Grand Prix. But so we got another football match at 8 o'clock. We'll review that game, and then we'll be back for F1 at midnight, and then review the Grand Prix once it's over. And then I'll see you Monday morning at 3 a.m. for Trinidad and Tobago. Hopefully they don't get bodied this time, and hopefully it doesn't look like a training session this time, but I have no hope. I think Thought Mob said 3. I'm on check, but either way. Yeah, I saw the Drewski Erica Kirk skit. I thought it was funny. And I love that it triggered Erica Kirk because she is just a scumbag. Erica Kirk is a succubus at the highest term. You want to know what a succubus is? Erica Kirk's picture is by the word succubus in the dictionary. Man, she's suing. Of course she is. Of course she is. Of course Erica is suing Drewski. Like, I don't like Drewski, but anybody who makes Erica Kirk lose her mind is Drewski still sucks, but after the JSN thing at NFL Honors, he still sucks. But rare Drewski W. Rare Drewski W. Pissing off Erica Kirk, that damn succubus. She is a devil. Erica Kirk is a devil. Rare Drewski W. Canada winning this. I hope they do. They got 10 minutes. Rare Drewski W. Erica Kirk is the devil. Red card for Canada, or is it a red card for Iceland? Wait. Did Iceland get the red card, or did Canada get the red card? I'm confused. Tajon Buchanan's off. They've sent off Tajon Buchanan. Oh, God, we're down a man for 10 minutes. Yep, Tajon's off. Let's see what happens. Oh, my God. Really? That's a red card? That's a red card. What? That's the most punk-ass shit. Was he on a yellow? No, he wasn't. What? What? No. No, that's soft. That is SAWFT, soft. Intentions don't help, but am I defending Erica Kirk? No. I just said rare Drewski W. Did anything I said sound like I was defending Erica Kirk? Did anything I say sound like I was defending her? Yeah, it's parody. You can't sue for parody. Well, no, you don't have to get permission to do a parody. You just Weird Al normally did because, he didn't want to piss anybody off, and he wasn't trying to make anybody look bad. He just wanted to parody the songs. But either way, no, it is freedom of expression. But was I defending Erica Kirk? No, I was not defending her at all. I never would. She's a damn devil. She's a succubus. I love, Drewski. It was awesome. I don't like Drewski, and I think he's low effort, but that was funny. I mean, it is kind of low effort to make fun of Erica Kirk, but, I'll laugh at it because she deserves it. But at least he wasn't mispronouncing JSN's name again, either way. They're winning. Why'd he risk that? Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I referenced Enzo and Cass. Of course why wouldn't I? SAWFT, sup? If I had a time where Canada never shot themselves in the foot, I'd have 0 dimes. Yeah, I miss Enzo too. Hell, I miss Cass too. Well, the thing that got him fired in the end was total BS, but he was, at least it looks like it, but a lot of his antics didn't give him a lot of rope. It's kind of like Trevor Bauer. Enzo is that's actually a perfect comparison. Enzo and Trevor Bauer. The thing that finally got him blackballed was bullshit, but all their antics didn't help them from not getting blackballed. Or people didn't feel sorry for him. Jonathan David's down. People didn't feel sorry for him because of all their other antics. Liam Miller coming on for Canada. Whatever got them blackballed was, in the end, proved to be bullshit, but all the antics that Trevor Bauer pulled off and all the antics Enzo pulled off didn't make anybody feel bad for him when they got railroaded, and still kept them being blackballed. So, you know, honestly, that is a good comparison. Jonathan David coming off. Richie Larea gets the armband. Canada shouldn't be struggling, though. I don't disagree, but at least we didn't lose. Yet. At least we're not losing right now. Could be worse. Ralph Prizo on for Canada. We'll see how Canada does against Tunisia. I think they'll win that game. I think they're on the same level. Both of them are on the same level. Rocket-powered Mohawk is back. Roy Hodgson will be coaching at the age of 78 years old. Well, good for him. Respect. Vamos, Canada. Respect. Hey, it's 2-2. There's minutes away. Playing forward. '88th minute. '88th minute. Guatemala made a lot of mistakes against Algeria. They look like they haven't played in years. Well, Ferrari World Championship 2026 confirmed. Like, wrong sport. Wrong sport. '89th minute. Oh, wait. Okay. Canada World Championship 2026 confirmed. Oh, wait. What the fuck? Boom. I guess not. Canada's lucky they didn't lose this game, or I would have rocket power Mohawk this game. I'd have the either way. That would have been funnier. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Well, yeah, I guess it is more likely of a Canada World Championship in 2026 than Ferrari, I guess. 91st minute, I guess. Playing forward. Free kick for Canada. They could steal a game while being down a man. What up, kids? Sami Zayn going into WrestleMania as a champion just to lose it to Trick Williams. Spare me. Like, I'm glad Sami has the belt, but he's only going to hold it for like 3 weeks so he could drop it to Trick. It's the most obvious shit ever. And I like Trick. Don't get me wrong, but really, that's how we're using Sami? To transition the belt onto Trick? Jesus. Lord have mercy. Over the top. Saved. Ready for a FIFA X Labubu collab? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That just sucks, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? Shot blocked, saved. Good job, Dane St. Clair. He made the save. If I was a Pokemon, which Pokemon would I be and why? Charizard. Charizard. I bring the fire. Charizard, I bring the fire. If not that, then, well, I can't really sing. I can kind of sing, but I can't go too high. Maybe Jigglypuff? Ditto? What? Am I sleepy? Sure. Am I fat? No. Am I a sleepy person? Yeah. Fat? No. Side duck. With that being said, 93rd minute, they're going to blow the whistle. And that's full time. Canada draws 2-2. We'll live with it. Full time, 2-2 draw. With that being said, if you like this stream, 2-2 draw, full time. Canada draws. They got the 2 penalties and they slotted both. Canada got the draw, which is better than anything, I guess. With that being said, came from behind a draw, so good work. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. GG's. Hit that hype button to get us up in the algorithm. Hit that join button to become a member. Send super chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with the family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match, and I'll watch Mexico, Portugal later tonight, and then we got Formula 1 at midnight. See you later. I'm running them out. Peace.